Good morning, guys. Good morning. I'm having to set a few things up here this morning, so bear with me for a second. All right. Good morning. Good morning. So, guys, as you know, this was supposed to be on. Let me go real quick. This was supposed to be on Carbon Capital's channel, but for some reason, everything was working last night, and then this morning, YouTube says you cannot stream on Carbon Capital's channel. So, don't know what's up with that. So we're here on mine, but this video will be uploaded on Carbon's channel, obviously when it gets done at this point. So let's kick this thing off. We'll be ready to go. Bear with me 1 second. Yo. So all right, guys, here we are. So sorry about that. I had a quick phone call come over. So this is where we're at. This is what we got. I got a 30-minute dot to dot. As you guys know, if we look at this on the, I'm going to clear this off. If you look at the daily level, we have kind of been setting right in this, swing high area right there. Looks something like that. And we've just, shot up, rejected, and rejected on the daily level. So what I want to see, let's see, we hit in buy or sell. Just born on next flight. What's up, Andrew? Man, I'm really wanting to see this push right here. If I click buy from here, my stop loss technically is going to be right there, but the wick that we could see could be a lot bigger than that. Sells for me are looking pretty good. That's a big stop loss on the 30-minute. Go to the 5-minute. We're left with still a nice dot to dot right here. Throw a fib fan on it, see what it looks like, and I mean, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, when you throw that fib fan on it, I mean, you hit that one, bounced up, it's right on that top trend, break. So maybe a push up into this area, maybe they'll swing highs and then down. We don't know what the news is going to be. That's the crazy thing. And if we look at this markup that I had here, these were all of our TP zones that we smoked and murdered, but we're still within that fan, right here. So I'd love to see a break of this and a retest of this area. So this here is the small account that we started with 20K at the beginning of this week, up 592. I've not traded it anymore since then. This is all we got. I do have the other big account, which I'll show before the end of this. So for me, let's see what we're willing to risk. So if we clicked sell right now, we've got roughly a 300 and we'll say 75 pip stop loss. So at 20,000, I'm just not going to worry about the $500 really. So let's say 20,500. And today's a big news day. Risking about $1,000 on this account would be $2 a pip. So for argument's sake, let's do $3 a pip on this one. And we'll go in on a sell. Now keep in mind, I'm risking $1,000 and some change on this. Probably a little bit more of, because I went $3 instead of, 3% instead. So there's 1,000, that's 34,355. So on that one, it would be 5 pips up. So there's our stop loss for that. Now TP would be amazing to hit right here on that first swing low, but ultimate, TP would be somewhere in this area. So we'll kind of just wait to see if we can get that pushed down into this area to where we can protect. If we can protect, move protection in. We're at $3 a pip. We can close a partial once we hit this level right here, and then see how that plays out for us the rest of the day. And that's ultimately where we're at. So that's all we got, fellas. And like I said, we'll keep eyes on the big account in a little bit. It's looking really, really good. And we'll take a quick little peek on it real quick before the market does open. So we've had some volume on the big account because we've been stacking these sells. We got the sells here, here, here. But where the killer is this gold trade. That gold trade is our baby. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it does what we want it to do. So let's go in here. Massive spread at 829. So on trades like this, we don't want to use buy stops or sell stops, because if we do, you're going to have a ton of movement that can just give you these massive spreads. Like right now we're seeing a spread of 13 pips on US 30. It's not even 830 yet. So for me, I get into the position that I'm looking for. Don't know outcome of the news right now, and we minimize our risk with our stop loss up top, and that's all we got. So, and there we go. So we can take that all day. It's not that bad of a trade right there at all. That puts us at 400 and some change. It did go down to, we said we want to get at least down to this level right here, add protection, see where we're at. Solid little push right there. No, that looked like on the 1 minute. Oh yeah. Boy, that'll get your heart rate going right there, won't it? So 10%, almost a 5% gain on the account at 21,000. So a 5% gain for me on this account at 21,000 will be solid for the week. So, we'll see if this thing goes. There's my percentage for the week. Oh, we'll go ahead and close out too if I can hit that one more time. Let's see if we can get that pushed down to 20. Oh, come on, don't do it to me. Boy, that thing's going nuts, isn't it? Getting me to 500 profit where I can close some of these partials here. Come on, you're getting closer. I see you. Oh. That's close enough for me. Close partials. Go ahead and protect at entry. Right there. So now worst case scenario comes up. I'm almost at 5% of that account. So we're looking beautiful in that aspect. And then we've got our zones right here. Let's see how we're looking on these zones. So it's hitting, that was our TP2 area. right there. No, sorry, TP1. So this was our break area. Didn't catch it earlier this morning. I wasn't up during London, but that's our TP1. We're going to go and move that down to about right there in that area. And let's take a look now at the big account over here. See how we're looking. This trade should be doing really well over here. Let's see, we got gold. What did gold do during the open? Oh man, amazing. Look, gold hit our TP. So that should give us, was that giving us our TP on that one? Let's see, where is, let's see, we need custom period and we just need today. Because that just happened today. I'll take that. So gold TP hit, currently running in some, oh my Jesus, we're running into some fat trades today. I only got one crazy trade on that entry there, but I mean, look at this entry right here on this sell on gold. Go ahead and let's take some of this out here. Let's go and take partials on gold. We're going to lock up $53,000 in gold. Why not? It looks too good not to. Let's go and close out partials of that one. Solid. US 30, we got a 0.65 here. Let's go and close out partials of this one here. This price is going back up a little bit. Got that knocked out. Got partials there. We got 0.06. Take our partials there. Get that knocked out. So for today, let's see here, custom today. Oh, I know why, because those are partials on the previous ones. Give that a little bit and they'll show up here for me for a second. 10, let's see, history, and all history there. We got some crazy history. So by date, and here we are. Man, look at that. 33, 53, 10. So I mean, all today closed out right here. I will take that all day. 34,000. Oh yeah, 6-figure day all day, all day. All right. So what are we doing over here? So come back up. Nope. Still hanging in there. Still hanging. I'll check the chat real quick. And yeah, chat's pretty quiet right now, but we're winning the trade, so that's what matters. Man, gold just looked great. Look at that, baby. And it's just falling into the, oh yeah, keep falling. There was another one that we had. Let's see, where was it? I was looking at, nope, I cleared off all my odd U ones that I had. The 5 minute. What a wick that put down. Yeah, so I mean that's a solid one up there. No one's arguing with those trades. Not one bit. I can promise you that. Everyone's happy. Let's see here. All right, so almost a 6-figure day, almost, because one of the trades technically was closed out late last night. So, you know, if we include the trades that got closed out early this morning, then technically it's a 6-figure day. But if we just include today from market open, that's all we're going to talk about. It turns out to be $76,443, which isn't terrible. And I've got that right here, so you guys can see too. Dun, 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 dun. Bam, right there. And then obviously, you know, if we look on here, we should be able to see. Yeah, man, that looks beautiful. Keep on falling for us. We need that. We need those TPs hit, right? So this was TP1. I think we closed partials out. Man, look, come on. Look, guys, look where I closed that out. Beautiful. So took partials, I mean, right there on the cusp of that thing. I'll take that all day. All right, check out the trade history. So for me now, let's have some fun with it. We know we've got that. Yep, so that's a dot to dot. So we can run that dot to dot about like that. And that's going to be, you know, if we start getting down to this area, that's where it's going to be the cut. So on this account, because we only got $1 per pip, we really want to get down to this trend line here for me to cut this trade, you know, off and see how it does. But remember, we still have market open. This is only 8:30 news. So what you can see sometimes with 8:30 news is, you know, push back up into this area, then market opens and it just goes this way, especially with the numbers that don't look that good. I saw that gold set up too around midnight PST 2 days ago, but didn't click the button. Oh, yeah, that gold trade was amazing. Thank you, Colton. I appreciate that, bro. Ruben's on here. What's up? Did I miss all the? I mean, that was the entry right there. We click sell, close partials. That's where we're at. How do you do it mentally to trade a 5 mil account like it's 10K? I mean, because it's numbers on a screen. When you get non-emotional about what you're trying to achieve in your trading account, you're pretty okay with the numbers that you start producing, and you don't stress out. And as long as you're doing things within your risk parameters, it's not going to bother you as much, you know. Reversal. I mean, yeah, we'll probably see a reversal right here before the New York Open. We still have, you know, almost an hour before New York starts, and then New York's going to just carry with the news, you know, as it will. So as far as taking the next position, so the way that I'll be trading is, the way we'll be trading is I got in this position at our 8:30. If it knocks me out, then I will be completely done with trading today. There's nothing else for me to trade. I mean, on this account, I'm at my, technically, you know, 5% gain for me was going to be $1,000 profit for the week. I'm at $932 on the account, so I'm almost, you know, at my percentage that I want to hit. So I'm completely okay with that. Let's see. Sorry, I got messages coming in. So yeah, being 5% on an account, I'm completely okay with. And then on the larger account, obviously, we've done really well on it. So not looking for anything additional on those trades, if I'm being honest. I like getting in the trades, taking my partials, protecting, and then just being done with it. That way it's zero stress for me. Zero. If I were to sit here, because what will happen is I could sit here at this computer for the rest of the, you know, sessions or New York sessions, 2 or 3 more hours. And then what happens is I start trying to see more setups. I start trying to see more happening. And when I do, I could give back some of this profit. And I don't want to give back any profit, you know? So let it run as you will. Gold. You beautiful little dog, you. This is amazing. I mean, just freaking amazing. I wonder if I've got my gold setups on here at all. Let's see. No. She is going, bro. I love this. And this is why I said the other day I was going to hold, you know, those gold trades for a while, because it only made sense to hold those gold trades. Look at that entry. And I mean, it is pumping. Even closing partials, I mean, that's got me at 66 on that. Now I do have drawdown on some of these trades because, like I said, the US 30 trades, I'm going to swing trade these sells. But again, I look at the overall account balance here, and having the account balance over all these other numbers is completely okay with me. If I'm in drawdown on a few trades, I'm not worried about it one bit. So I just love seeing that with gold because that's freaking beautiful. No matter how you swing that. I entered the gold trade, I believe it was yesterday. It was yesterday. So right here, yeah. And right there. So what I saw in gold, for those that were asking, was I saw the 30-minute here, I have a swing high, and all I did was look at this right here. And I was like, oh wow, we're getting a wick fill right here. So all it's going to do is it's going to sell down, and having that wick fill, I've got a dot to dot right here. So I was like, you know what, let's just have some fun and let's connect, you know, the fib fan, because we have a break zone, TP1, TP2, and a reversal, right? All right, so check out what happens on this. Look at where the break zone was. It tapped it right there, tapped the break zone, gave me a wick fill, and look, bam, TP1, TP2. When it got to the reversal area, the best part about the reversal was a dot to dot. You see it? Obviously, if you just connect the dot to dot, there was no reversal. It went right through it. So when I saw a 30-minute candle slam through a reversal like that, it's like, yeah, we're not going anywhere. We're not going back up. We're heading downwards. So that's why I held the trade and went ahead and protected it at that point. It only made sense. So that easy. I mean, you've got, again, if you guys have been following me through trading, you know I keep this simple. And remember what I said when you have 3 dots that hit. So look, 1, 2, 3, like everything lines up. When you've got a dot on the bottom, a dot on the top, and the fib fan sets perfectly in there, and you get a rejection, this is your golden trade. Like, this is the nugget you wait for. This trade right here, guys, look at your risk. Okay, I want to show you the risk on this trade, because obviously I was dropping 20 standards on this. Now, 20 standards for most people on gold is going to be a pretty decent amount. Okay, but look at your stop loss, guys. Your stop loss was 31 pips. 31 pips for a trade that's setting at 730 pips. This was your stop loss. So let's say you were trading $1,000. You could have went in on this at $30 a pip. At $30 a pip, guys, this trade right here just made you $21,000. You just made $21,000 risking $1,000 on this trade. So, I mean, you cannot argue that at all. These are the setups we live and breathe for, just like this wick fill right here, you know? So, my fib fan is a little different on this one as far as parameters. So, I mean, my levels. So I've got the 0.382 for my break zone, 0.5 for TP1, 0.618 for TP2, and then just 0.68 for TP3 and or reversal. So I'll leave that up there for a little bit so you guys can see those. But it is, well, it doesn't show up on my screen, I'm sorry, because of how the system does the streaming. But so I'll just say that again. My break zone is 0.382. My TP is 0.5. My TP2 is 0.618. And my TP3 reversal is 0.68. And I'm also going to put that in the chat too. 0.382 break. 0.5 TP1. 0.618 TP2. And 0.68 TP3. There you go. Now y'all got all the settings. And we're looking beautiful, guys. I mean, this is just, I've got to go back though. I got to look at this again. Beautiful. All right, so this first position, we closed partial zone. I had my stop loss up there. All right, so we need to go ahead and protect this one. And this was the sell that I took. So I'm going to protect that one. So actually, this one here is pretty close. See how it could come back up? I mean, that's 183. So I'm going to go and close this one out in profit. All right, that's close. And then these are the two that I was running when I got just dropped in. We had that 30-minute candle right here. Yeah, that came down and hit this. I was looking again for that break, and I didn't protect them because I'm looking for the long term. I know long term we're going to sell down, so we are solid on that. These are all protected. Massive protection up there. This 0.02, that's $2 a pip. I accidentally placed this position, and I didn't want to close it out. I didn't want to see the red on this one, so I was like, I'm just going to wait till this one. At $2 a pip, I'm not making any money on that trade on this one because I didn't realize what account I was on. So as soon as this trade turns blue, I just want to go and we'll nix that one off right there. So we'll see. We'll see if we can. Actually, I'm just going to do this. That way I can just get rid of it. whenever it hits. Right there. All right. So the Fib fan is actually go right there. On that account. So with the Fib fan, I just look at a dot right here, and I connected it to this dot, and then just let it go. Now you see a lot of lines on here because these were short-term TP 1s and 2s and whatnot I was looking for that we broke. So again, these were just little bitty scalps that pushed 160 pips within it, and then this was the bigger trade. So I can go ahead and remove those so it cleans up the chart a little bit for you guys. All right, there we go. So then that was the break zone that we had that just tanked, and then we ended up eating up. But I just found a dot. So dot to dot, I draw a line, let it take over, and that's all I do. Ooh, and we'll get that pushed down. Here's that trend line I said we need to get to so I can close these trades out and be done with it. So to customize the Fib fan, if you go to when you lay the Fib fan down. Oh no, I just deleted my Fib fan. Oh no, it's on the other one. So you'll go to this little red line and right click on it. And when you right click on that red line, it'll say properties, and you can go in there and change it up. And that's all you've got to do. Let's see here. Is there an indicator for TradingView that is same as the dots? Yeah, swing high low pivot points. I do. So I use the Fib fan as a reference point for TPs just because it stays so true to it. Like, it does so well. Man, look at her drop. Thank God we took sells, right? We can't be mad at this. We cannot be mad at this at all, fellas. This is a good day. Really good day. So if you took the position with us, I mean, you're sitting at 171 pips right now. We closed out partials. We're protected. Zero, well, I say zero drawdown. We did take the trade right there. So we had drawdown of 8 pips. So for those of you who experienced 8 pips of drawdown, I greatly apologize. I was trying to get us 0, but you can't always win. So we did have a little bit of drawdown. Oh, man. So yeah, I was streaming on Carbon's page. I set up all the credentials and everything last night. Had everything ready to fire off, and I went to go live this morning. And when I did, it said that I had to wait 24 hours to live stream. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So I had to stream it on mine, but I will be uploading this on Carbon's. No, it wasn't a sell stop. I just said I'm clicking sell. I mean, the stop loss made sense as compared to the stop loss for the buy. The risk was much smaller. So I said, let's go. How do they get the dots on your chart? So you create an account 1 with Carbon Capital FX. When you log into their account, you look on the left column, and it'll say helpful videos. You scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you're going to see a thing called Lifeline Indicator. And you're going to download the Lifeline Indicator, and you're going to insert it into your indicator file on MT5. And as soon as you insert it, you load it on the chart, boom. You've got the special sauce, the dots. No, there's no trading limit. You can start out with, 10, 20, 50 bucks, or you can put in $1 million, whatever you want to. Totally up to you. Man, I'm going to apologize for the drawdown. I mean, I don't like people to experience a ton of drawdown because I know there's a lot of people that trade, with smaller accounts. And I mean, think about this. I mean, even with a $20,000 account, I took it at $3 a pip because I wanted to stay within that risk. I knew on this trade I was willing to risk 5% of the account balance. So I was going to go in and risk 1,000 because it was a red news folder. And obviously it turned out to be in our benefit. Stop loss was placed correctly. We clicked sell. She did her thing. We protected, closed out partials. And I mean, now the account is, setting well over 5%, which is the goal. I want to hit 5% of the account weekly, which will give me a solid 20% at the end of the month, which isn't a ton of money on this account, but I wanted to trade my smaller accounts to show people what's possible when you're utilizing smaller risks. So, the first month, people are going to be, it's not impressive. You only got $24,000 on it. But by the time we get to the end of the year and it's a, $120,000+ account, it shows people what's possible. You take the big account, what I made on the big account today really wasn't that big as compared to the account balance. We're walking away with 80 to 90,000. If we closed all active trades, we'd be sitting at, like $120,000. But if you think about that, that's only, again, 2% of that account. That's my goal. So the difference is one's a 7-figure account, one's not. But it's all about percentages. Andy, do you plan to get a new car? Well, got a new car. So got my wife a Tesla Model X, which I consider ours because we're married. So, what's mine's hers and what's hers is mine. So we got that. Looking to get a Toyota Sequoia. I might as well put my face in the screen now that the trades are just kind of chilling. Bam. So looking to get a Toyota Sequoia is kind of the plan. But last night we were talking over dinner, and it's like, wow, we have a Mercedes GLS 63, which is one of my most favorite SUVs we've ever owned. And then we have the Tesla Model X. And I was like, why would we buy another SUV when we have two technically? I know the Model X technically isn't like an SUV. It's almost like a crossover. But I was like, we really don't need it. So, but she was like, we need something for going to, when we go mountain biking to load all the bikes up in. We need that bigger space. So we'll see. If I do decide to get the Sequoia and pull all the way through it, then I'll probably get rid of the GLS. But the GLS, man, is just one of my most favorite cars. And then outside of that, I don't have any new cars on the docket. As you guys know, I'm a member of a exotic rental company. So rental, long-term lease, whatever you want to call it. And I pay them X amount per year. And then I've got access to any supercar I want to drive. So I still have that membership that's active. Plus it's a good tax write-off. If you guys are interested in that, hit me up, let me know. And that's where I'm at. We've been buying up land, obviously more than cars. So that's kind of the thing right now. Even yesterday we went and looked at 3 more additional pieces of land just to add to the portfolio. So that's kind of where I'm just putting all my funds right now is land. So read some of these other ones. Thanks for the sources. You are very welcome. When does Carbon Trader come out? I think almost any given time now. We're super, super close for it. 8 pip drawdown. Yeah, 8 pip drawdown should not hurt you no matter where you're at. So you should be safe. It should be good. Favorite supercar I've ever owned is going to be the Ferrari 458. Hands down. You cannot beat that car. Just for the true raw power of what Ferrari wanted to build, you get it with that. And I absolutely love that car. What about a Bugatti with Anthony and Q? Man, I've never been a fan of the Bugattis. I just don't. It looks like to me, it's just shaped weird. It looks funny. I know that it's built that way for a reason, but I'm just not a Bugatti guy. I never have been. I realize it's a flex, but I don't have a reason to flex. I've, being 40 years old, having an amazing wife and 3 kids and getting to wake up and live my dreams every day like that. I tell people that's my life's flex. That's all I care about. I have nothing to prove. There's a lot of people that are like, well, this person has that and this person's getting this. So Andy, if you want to be on that level, you need to get that too. And it's like, but what level is that? I don't work. I'm with my family every day. I don't consider live streaming and trading with people work. I don't consider, working with Algotech in the technology space for building brokers and building the technology around brokers. I don't consider that work. I'm with a group of buddies and we're on a couple of Zooms a couple of Skype calls. Like, to me, that's not work. It's fun. So if you look at some of the other people, whether it's in the crypto space, the stock space, the Forex space, who have a lot of nice things, like they have multiple houses, or maybe they have multiple cars, or they got all these supercars, but they're still working every day. You know, they're having to travel to make business deals. They're having to go places. Some people are away from their kids. Like I've got a buddy of mine right now, and me and him just talked last night. He's been traveling for like the last 2.5, 3 weeks. He's not even seen his kids. You know, he's got 3 kids just like me, and they're with his parents, and he's traveling to set up business deals. And people see him, and they're like, man, you know, he's got all these supercars. He's got multiple houses across the U.S., but he's not seen his kids in 2-3 weeks. And, you know, he's like, man, I really just want to get home and see my kids. Why don't you? He's like, because I got to finish these meetings. I was like, so here you are with multiple houses, multiple supercars. You got all these business meetings you're going to, and you're not spending time with your kids. That, to me, that's not the dream. He's like, well, I'm building an empire for them. What type of empire do they need? I know what you're worth. They don't need that. They want their dad. You know, like me and Giuseppe were talking last night with Hannah. Actually, Hannah was crying at the dinner table. You know, I was like, the only thing we have in life is what we have now. Tomorrow's not promised. And he went, so you actually, when you go to bed, you think that. I was like, yeah, the moment my feet hit the floor, I say, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to have another day, because this day's not promised. So, you know, to me, when I hear people say the flex, the flex is living your dream, not worrying about the cars, not worrying about the houses. If you've got a nice house, it's like me. Man, we don't live in a mansion, but we got a 4,100 square foot house. We don't have 20 supercars in the driveway, but we got some really nice cars, and we get to go as we please, see our friends, our family. We get to work with an amazing group of people. So yeah, man, I don't want nothing more out of that. So yeah, screw the Bugattis. Give me life. Any update on Carbon Capital TradingView collab? Any day now, any day. How is there 91 people watching a killer trader and only 14 likes? Man, because, you know, it's different, Jeremy. I've said it since day one. It's different. When you are, you know, if I can promise you, if this was a live stream right now of me doing donuts in a supercar, the views would be popping off. But instead, it's a, you know, 40-year-old bald-headed dude sitting behind a desk, just casually, you know, making 6 figures live in front of everyone. And no one wants to see that. I'm just kidding. You know, that's just the environment we're in. We're in the environment of where the catchiness and the flex culture is what controls it, instead of the knowledge. But I'm not worried about that, because we're going to grow. I can promise you that. Why did you change the fib fan? I just like the reversal on it. I wanted to add a reversal down here on the bottom for it, and then I wanted a larger gap between some of these zones. You can still use it the standard way, and you can see right there where it hit. I mean, look, tap. Look at that. Look at that tap right there. That's why I love it. Yeah, Austin, I agree. Living the flex every day. That's all we got, man. That's all we have. Are we looking for buys? Absolutely not. I'm not. Murdered the sells, and I'm holding my sells protected. Other account is probably going freaking nuts right now. Let's take a look at it and see where we're at. Let's see. Yeah. Oh yeah, this account's going nuts. We're having some fun now. Yeah, we're solid. We are solid. All good trades. I got that one swing trade that I've been holding for a bit right there. I'm gonna go put that TP down here because it's gonna get there. May not happen today, but put that back on the live stream for everybody. How do we join your Chattanooga group of traders? I want to surround myself with more people with similar goals. So Noah, the best way to join us is through the Pip Connect. I mean, that's going to be your best bet. It is www.thepipconnect.com. You can click on free Discord or private group, whatever you want to, but that's where we all communicate. And You can ask any person in this chat who's part of our group. It's a community of building people. Like we just had a member, lose his mom, which is terrible. And he knows that this whole community's been there for him and will be there for him and continue to be there for him. We've had people lose their jobs. We've had people who have, went through divorces. It's just not a trading community. It's a community of people who actually care what other people are doing. And there's other communities out there too that do the same thing. And if you're part of those communities, then amazing. But that's what I wanted to build, and that's what I'm hoping the shift focuses towards in the trading community, is just building people up. Because if you can build people up and you can work with people and you can help them get to where they want to be personally, and then slowly translate that into trading, it changes their life. True that, bro. You're the reason I moved my family out of the city and onto the country to live a simple life. I love to hear that, man. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you so much, man. And Aaron, I want to give a shout out to you, man, for always, going to Instagram and just putting out, some fire videos. Austin came for the profits, but staying for Andy's Lofts Gym. Man, we're having some fun. For those that have asked, yes, this will be put up on Carbon Capital's website. I do have to edit it down. I'm going to cut out all the nonsense. I say nonsense, all the talking and going back and forth. We have fun with that live, but what people want to see obviously is the trades. So this will be edited and thrown up on Carbon Capital's channel. Can you show us how you would approach market open? So, right now, market opens in 30 minutes. And with the market open, having a fall, almost 200 pips prior to market open is going to be a tough one. And I'm going to show you why. We go to the 30-minute here. And like I said, I'm looking at dots. So there's no dots except for that dot to connect to. And you never want to connect on the dot where price fell that hard with no structure going back up and retesting these levels. So for me, for market open, if you're not in this position, then you're looking for, maybe something like this, come back up, retest this zone, maybe get a break for the buy, run it up, maybe 100 pips or so. And that's really all you have, because you're not going, me personally, I'm not going to say you, because you may be a YOLO type guy or female, but some people may click sell right here. But remember, we're looking at this on the 30-minute level. So if you click sell right here, that's your stop loss. So your stop loss right now is 501 pips. That's a big stop loss to click a sell. So if you're not in this trade, it's really hard to look at any other trade setups for a sell. For a buy, we really don't have anything on the 30-minute that's signaling a buy. So you're more or less right now just sitting on your hands to see what the market gives you when the market opens. Go back up here. I've seen people sitting in their room talking about donuts, running lives with 3,000 viewers. Yeah, it's crazy, man. But see, the thing is, a lot of people don't like to see the simplicity of trading too. That's another thing, and I've realized that. I've had people message me on Instagram, everywhere, and it's the Andy, if it's so simple, everyone would be doing it that way. It's like, absolutely not, because no one wants to keep it this simple. There's videos on YouTube, there's classes. It's everywhere where it's complicated trading. And what I have done is I've taken trading, as this is my 16th year of being a trading, and I've said, how can I scale this down? If you followed me through my Tesla setup, yesterday I sold Tesla at the highest you could sell it. Now, if you trade stocks, sometimes it's hard to sell a stock at a limit order at the highest price. I got lucky. I saw a bull candle. I saw it push up. I was like, people are going to get FOMO. I'm going to put my sell right here. The sell was took. The market orders for sell were $173 per share, and I ended up leaving it at $194.55 per share, which is almost right there at the top. How did I do that? I kept it simple. I looked at the chart. I put it on the daily. I marked up my daily zone. I put it on the 30-minute, marked up my 30-minute zone. As soon as I saw the bull candle go up and hit it, I put it in my limit order. It hit my limit order, closed me out. I basically doubled the account almost in Tesla shares. And that's just trading stocks. It's not leverage trading. That's trading stocks. I almost doubled that account in a matter of like 3 weeks, I think. So again, it's keeping it simple. And if you can keep it simple, life tends to do really well for you. If you keep your relationship simple, it works. If you keep your marriage simple, it works. If you keep being a parent simple, it works. Trading simple, it works. If you keep your house simple, it works. Like everything that you just keep simple works in life. The more we complicate it, the more headaches we have. Let's see here. If I cashed out your running balance, I could live comfy for 3 years. Man, actually, you could live your rest of your life. So if you were to cash out the entire balance and you were to put it in, because there's a lot of investments you can get in that are going to pay you 6% to 7% a year annually. So if you were to cash that out and you just got paid 6% annually, you would be making $300,000 on a remaining balance. And if you didn't live off of all the $300,000 for the year, and let's say you lived on only $150 to $200, you'd have $100,000 to put in other investments every single year, which would be a down payment, with a company to build a house, to then flip, or to build a multifamily. Like, use trading as your tool to build more wealth off the charts. And when you do that, you can live the rest of your life off of it. Do you ever make $1 million withdrawals from your big account? It seems like you've just been letting it grow for a while. Yeah, so from that account, I've made $191,000 some change withdrawal from it. I want to make it grow. I want to grow it and just have some fun. My goal was to get it to that $6 to $7 million mark and then start chipping away at $250,000 withdrawals. But man, the small flip accounts have been going so freaking good that, they're paying. Just this year, we're in February, and just off my small account flips, I've already withdrawn almost $90K. And it's like, that's a chunk of money, man, when you're just trying to live life and have a good time. $100,000 account is up to $150,000 account. So, that's another $50K in a month. So I'm not mad about that at all. I'm going to take that all day. Yeah, man, it's just crazy. I wish, it's just one of those things that has to happen. People have to want to learn trading and the craft, because, man, I think when they do, it's going to change their whole perspective of how money flows. Kind of go into a little thing here. If you've got, like, I took my kids to the dentist for their, they go 3 times a year. Teeth cleaning, do x-rays, make sure their teeth are coming in good. That's the one thing I always focus on. I want my kids' teeth to look good. It's your smile. It boosts your confidence, everything. So, we're going in, we're doing what we need to do. I pay for it. And because we don't use insurance, we self-pay for everything. And we do have insurance for other things in life, like your life insurance, your insurance for, trauma, things that come up in your life that are unplanned for. We have that stuff. But for when it comes to dental, I'm always self-pay. And the lady behind me is like, whew, that's a hefty day. And it's like, not really. I was like, it's all right for 3 kids. That's only $200 a kid. And she's like, yeah, but that's a lot. People have that insurance, and that's why people keep. She's going on this whole spill, and it was because her and the front desk lady had been talking about it anyway prior. I started thinking about it. It's like, technically, this is only 9 pips for me, and I can catch 9 pips in 30 seconds sometimes. So it's like being able to relate the charts to life in those scenarios is huge. So it's like today, you guys saw what I made today on the larger account. You saw what I made even on the smaller account. So even on my flip account and things like that, it's like you're making a month's salary sometimes in 2 to 3 days. Sometimes in a whole month, you're making 3 to 4 months salary. So, but what's the cost of that to you? What's the cost of your time and the cost of learning? Same as if you're going to college. So if people learn the craft, it could ultimately change their life in ways of not having to transfer the time of their life for payment in exchange for it, So I think that's just what's really cool about trading in general. Any educational videos where we share how to find the dots? Yes, so the dots are on Carbon Capital's website under helpful videos. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. You're going to see videos on how to upload it, and it'll be called it'll say Lifeline Download. So Lifeline Download is the dots. The Pip Connect is awesome. I've been in there for a good 2 years. I've learned so much from trading, but it's more about mental is everything in trading. Aaron, thank you so much, man. It might seem like no one sees it, but greatness can never be hidden. You are humble. Thank you so much. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. I view gold the same as US 30. I mean, wick fill, dot to dot break. So your dot to dot here is for your massive break, your dot to dot top. So if you have a swing low, swing high, that's always rejection. And look, it rejected, and you had a wick fill. Like, this was the trade of the year. 31 pip stop loss for a trade that's currently now almost 800 pips. Like, that's money. Hey, Brittany, thank you so much. Do you just see? What's up, Roger? I miss you, bro. Is your fit fan levels the same for each chart? Yes, it is the same for each chart. Do you do any investing in business startups, angel or partnerships? I don't. So that was one thing that I was asked a lot. When I closed down all of our brick and mortar businesses and our online businesses, a lot of people, Andy, let's invest, let's start something up together. It's like, guys, I don't want any more business. From 16 years old until 32, I worked 18, 20-hour days. Like, I don't want anything else. And then from 32 up until 38, I was building all the brick and mortars, working all the time. And luckily, I had my family with me, but we were working all the time. And it's like my body was tired. I was tired. I mean, more than half my life was spent working with 0 breaks in the day, hardly 0 sleep. I don't want to worry. And they're like, well, you don't have to worry about your investing. I'm like, investing in a business that someone else is having to run is still work because you're wanting to keep up with it, especially if it's your money. So the things that I invest in right now is crypto, is stocks, and land. That's it. And if you do those 3, you're gonna hit some somewhere. I can promise you that. Where do you trade stocks? So I use Thinkorswim by TD Ameritrade, and I also have a Fidelity account. Fidelity is more for holding long term. TD Ameritrade is where I'll go to actually trade. Do you think most brokers could even handle half mil to mil withdrawals? Yeah. I mean, there's some big brokers out there that can handle it. I use Carbon because I trust them with my money. I know that when I go click withdraw, I'm getting my money today. So, but yeah, there's big brokers out there that can handle it. Andy, thank you. YouTube won't let me top it all in, but you've helped me with trading and become a better dad. You dropped a vid on Instagram a while back about a good trader versus a good dad husband, and this shifted me. Alex, thank you so much for that, man. I mean, that's what it's about. If you're a dad or you're a husband, whatever the case may be with your life has to be right. And people think trading will do it. You know, I've had mentorships where I've talked to guys and they're like, you know, I realize I could be a better dad. I realize I could be a better husband. I just feel like I need to make the money to do it. And it's like, money, if you're not a good dad or a good husband right now, money's not going to make you any better. And they're like, well, I stress about this, and this. It's like, here's the thing. Your kids want dad. That's it. They don't care how much money you have. They want dad. And if you talk to dads and they're like, oh, my kids care about how much money I have, then you've put that in them. Money in a kid's mind is something that they are taught. It's a learned habit that they see. It's not something that they just automatically wake up one day and that's what they want. Yesterday, driving in the car, that's what me and the kids were talking about, because we went to the mall, to Dillard's and a few other places. Lawson wanted to get some new clothes. Lainey and Lyndon wanted to get matching dresses and some shoes. So they did a little bit of shopping. And when we got in the car, Lainey was like, Daddy, thank you for taking me shopping. You know, I'm sorry if we spent too much money today. And I said, sweetie, it's not about that. You know, it's not about the money. She's like, I know, Dad, but I just feel bad sometimes. And it's funny because I think the whole thing was like $900 for everything. So not a big deal at all. And it just brought in the conversation of money. And I was like, well, you know, kids, don't worry. You know, one day Dad's going to leave you in a good situation, you know, when you'll be good, obviously, when you grow up. But I was like, you know, when anything happens to mom and dad, you know, you'll also be taken care of. And you see the kids, you know, get teary-eyed. And they're like, but we don't want anything to happen to you, Dad. Even if it means that we would have more money, we don't want that. We just want you and mom. And that's because that's what we've put in our kids. We have taught kids that yes, money is cool. Yes, you have to have money to have the things in life. You have to have money to have a car and a house, but the focus shouldn't be on the materialistic things than just living your life. Like if I tell my kids, do you want to get on a plane, fly across the country, and go to crazy restaurants and eat crazy food, go to amusement parks, or would you rather mom and dad and all of us stay home, go in the backyard and play in the creek and build some forts and catch some things on fire? They're going to pick going in the woods and playing than getting on the plane and going somewhere, because they just want to hang out, have fun, and just do things with mom and dad. That's because that's how me and Hannah have raised them. So again, it starts with just being a good person, getting your life right, and then letting trading take it to the next level. What about a sell stop? Man, it'd be hard for me to put a sell stop right here, because you could still just get that wick and then, push back up into this zone, and it could just be really bad. You trade stock options here and there. I mean, that's obviously where my heart is, because I'm born and raised stock trader that went into crypto, that now trades the foreign exchange market, which technically I'm still trading the stock market because it's US 30. I can't get away from it. Could you draw a fib fan just to see what line? Yeah, I mean, so I got a swing low and this swing low, so I would just be looking for that fib fan, like that right there. And that's, again, how I call these rejections plays through here. I know that's a lot on a chart because I got my other lines. But yeah, you're just connecting the dots. And again, it's whatever looks good. As you're connecting these lower dots, because you're looking for sells, whatever visually looks good is amazing. But I can tell you what you can do. If you go to my YouTube channel and just click on any of my videos, you're going to see dots and you're going to see fib fans. Tons of videos. What are y'all doing tomorrow? Tomorrow, Joey, we've got 2 birthday parties, and I think possibly just chilling at the house later. So I will shoot you a text as soon as I know exactly what's going on. Noah says, first time I'm watching a live stream, this is where it's at. Makes this seem all more attainable and understandable. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Noah. Yeah, that's kind of, I wanted to be the voice of reason for most traders, because when people see, traders with all the supercars and that's all that they see, and, they see them traveling and popping bottles and spending millions of dollars. Sometimes that lifestyle, and knowing how much it costs to have that lifestyle and seeing people throw around $1 million is unattainable. And that's why I've always tried to be, the voice of reason with, okay, I'm going to trade a $1,000 account. I'm going to trade a $5,000 account. Okay, let's trade a 15. Okay, let's trade a 20. Okay, let's trade 100. Okay, let's trade a 7-figure account. Let's trade all these different levels. And because you'll hear people say, well, if you can trade, it's easier to trade a larger account, but you can't trade a small account. So do a small account because you'll realize how hard it is. And then the small account goes nuts. Well, it's harder to trade a larger account because with the smaller account, you're not using the larger lot size. And then the larger account goes nuts. I'll tell you, it's about the craft. If you have a trader that can trade a $100,000 account but can't trade a $1,000 account, they don't have the craft. If someone can trade a $1,000 account but not trade a $100,000 account, they don't have the craft. What that's called is managing their leverage that they trade, and they get lucky because they can take smaller positions on the larger account and just kind of hold them out, let them go, see if they win or not, or on the smaller account, just go all in and try to flip it. The craft itself is what makes you, on all these spectrums, good. So you look at a paper trail. When I was trading stocks, did well. Traded crypto, did well. Just got back into stocks a few months ago just to play again. I've done well. I flipped the stock account. All right, we're trading this. All these are new accounts for this year except for the 7-figure account. They're all winning. Hardly no losses because it's the craft you're learning. Granted, it will take you some time, but once you learn it, man, it all just comes together. So thank you, Noah, for being here. Andy, can you switch to the 1 hour time frame and connect the dots? Yes, most definitely. You can connect the dots on any time frame you want. I just love the 30-minute. That's just what I love. Sorry guys, been listening and trying to watch a little now, but I've been on the road traveling for my middle daughter's eye surgery. Well, first off, Eddie, we pray for your daughter's eye surgery that it goes well. There's nothing like having a kid having to go through surgery and just see the frustration and the pain and all that stuff. So our prayers are with you, man. Safe travels, and let the Discord know what's going on. We need Andy to go get coffee. Actually, I have to close. Unfortunately, I have to get off the stream almost at market open around 9 technically I should be off now. We have our house cleaning crew that comes over on Fridays and takes care of the house and stuff. That really sounds bougie, I guess. But Fridays is the day we like to take the kids out and do kind of like family stuff. You know, we'll go to the gym together. Lainey's at the age now where she's able to work out with Hannah. We just have kind of a day of fun on Friday, and then that's the day the cleaners come in, do all their stuff while we're gone. So they arrive at 9:45, and I still have to get dressed and all that mess. So at like 9:30, we'll just watch the market open, but at 9:35, I have to get off the stream for sure. Definitely one of the realest traders out there, not just showing off, but focusing on what, man, life is all that matters to me. If someone told me, Andy, you can pick one of two things for social media, trading or your family, y'all are going to see nothing but trading. You know, Andy, you can either trade the rest of your life or you can live with your family the rest of the life. I'm picking living with the rest of my life with my family. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Living life in pips instead of hourly wages. That's the truth. But thank you for that. Thank you. What time do you usually go live during the week? So, Ty, with my Discord group, I tend to go live 2 to 3 days a week. And then I have promised I'm going to live stream for Carbon Capital on their YouTube channel, minimum 1 day a week. So I'm trying to do a lot with Carbon's YouTube channel to live stream there, and then do obviously my stuff with the private Discord. And I'll be jumping on from time to time on my YouTube channel as well. And it's all Eastern Standard Time. You are correct. But really 9:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is when I like to jump on. It doesn't take long to analyze the charts. You guys saw that. We jumped on here, drew a few lines, took a couple of minutes, click sell, market happened. I think we had like a 4-minute window to set that up. The Discord is the bomb when I was going through my divorce. My peeps been, dude, thank you for that, Eddie. You're a good dude, bro. We love having you there. And thank you for that, Andrew. Harry UK, I meant please connect dots on 1 hour. Oh, yeah. I want to take on the 1 hour, this is the only dot you have right here. And that's not technically, I don't like that as a valid dot because this was the push candle. So anytime you have like a big candle that pushes like this, if it gives you a dot, I don't like using that. We need structure to build. So if price were to push back up and then consolidate through here, then we could use that dot. So the only other dot that you would have would be on the 1 hour, would be this one right here that you could put like this. And that's where it just hit and bounced. So that would give you a sign of rejection. And then you had this dot right here, dot, and when you zoom in, that gave you the first break right there. So that's all I'm doing. You're just connecting the dots and watching them play out and seeing which one gives you the best move. Thank you, Dwayne. I appreciate that. Do you ever trade NFP or do you find it to be much of a gamble? No, I trade all of them. I trade everything. I don't care what it is. We're trading it. And even if it's a gamble, I keep my risk in the parameters. So I'll gamble all day as long as the risk is there. You know, it's like I love playing blackjack. It's a gamble, but I know my risk when I go to the table. You know, I'll go to the table and say, okay, I'm going to take, $1,500 to the table. And I play a hand, and let's say my first hand, I'm going in $100. If I win it, then the next hand, I'm going to go in 200 because I just was willing to risk 100 on the first hand. If I win the next one, say 200, that's now going to put me up at 400. All right. So now at this point, I'm only going to risk 100 on the next trade because I have 300 in the bank. So that means I can lose 4 hands and I'm break even. And I'm typically not going to lose 4 hands back to back. So I may lose that hand for 100. The next hand I go into 100, I'll make 200. I'll double up on the next one. So now I'm in at 200. Win the next one, I'm up at 400. So now I take the 400, put that with my 300, I'm at 700. I'm risking 100 again. And it's always the risk. And again, that's why when I go play blackjack at the casino, Giuseppe was with me, Hannah was with me. I showed up with, $1,500. I walked out with almost 10K. We were there for 3 hours. And even people tell me, they're like, this is crazy. You're not even trying to go all in and make. I was like, because it's risk. If everything you're doing if you have risk around it, it's easy to manage it. So yeah, I'll trade anything. When you say a stock account, you're saying stock options? Yeah, stock options and just buying the stock itself and holding short term. We love some NFP weed. I love that. It's supposed to be weak. That's great. Do you have a course? I don't have a course, Sod. I don't. I've got, well, I say I don't. I have an educational video that shows how I utilize the dots and wicks. The reason I don't have a course is because I don't have enough content to talk about for a course. The only way that I trade is dots, wicks, and zones, which takes about an hour of the time, and that's it. I recommend everyone to babypips.com for free education. And then if people want to get deeper into the courses, Candle Kings, as you guys know, my buddy Zach on Instagram, he's Roger Dangerfield. Him and Jamal have a great course called Candle Kings that really goes into in depth of trading, the instruments and some of the tools that you can use into trading. But the way that I trade is so simple. I don't have 20 or 30 hours of content to put up. Mine's an hour. That's it. On your smaller accounts, do you risk the entire balance? So yeah, if I'm trading say I'm trading $1,000 or $1,500 account, I'm going into it knowing that I'm risking $1,000 to $1,500. Now I don't do it on one position. So I may start the positions at $2 a pip. And if that $2 a pip turns into say, $500 of profit, I'll close partials and then put $250 in the bank and then protect. And sometimes that'll run to be a $2,000 or $3,000 run, or sometimes it'll knock me out. If it knocks me out, I find another setup, I take it, same risk, and just keep doing the same thing. Wash and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Wash, rinse, all the same thing. All right. Market's about to open. When does the Netflix come out? So the documentary was finished up last week. Obviously, they have a ton of editing to do because we shot for a whole entire 7 days. And then when they do, there'll be a viewing party with myself, family, and close friends here in town. And then after the viewing party, we submit it. We already have, talks on the table. So we submit it to them. They review the pilot. And if they like it, they like it. If they don't like it, then I have cool YouTube content. So that's it. When the premiere takes place, Pip Connect will see it first. Let's see. Andy, Carbon Capital, Candle Kings, Zach, and Jamal are the only way to go in. Thank you for that, Roger. And it's true. I just want to see people do better. That's it. You're on the same wavelength I am. You want to see people do better too. So that's all we want. Here comes market open. All right, I'm gonna remove my face from this so we have a full chart for market open here. There's no reason that you guys have to see me on this, right? I love it though when we see those big spreads before the 8:30 news. You saw that spread just getting thick, and it's like, yes, this is what I want to see. Market open. See how Wall Street feels about this morning's news. Now, for you guys that have asked about it, so in this scenario, so if you see it going back up, I'll say it's going to test this zone. This is how I normally will set it up. Below this opening candle, that wick right there, I'll do something like this with a sell stop, because that's your opening candle. Go up, test a zone, and then I say 30% of the time it goes up and tests, knocks you out, or goes back to where the original 8:30 candle was. Because this is a lot of profits right here. So people that are holding them, they don't want to let this continue to run. So they'll knock them out, push up wherever they can, and then go back down in this area. So if you have that additional entry down here, there you go. Went to high school with Jamal. Dude is a good person. Loves it. Man, he is. He is a really good person. Can you do more education content? Yeah, so that's why if you go look I've got tons of videos on YouTube of me trading live, and I explain that in all the videos. And it's almost like just regurgitating everything. So it's pretty simple. My setups are the same. Wick fills, dot to dot breaks. That's it. So check out my YouTube channel and you'll see tons of videos of me. I mean, hours of me trading live where I explain, why this setup, why not that setup. And I think it'll help you a little bit. I mean, well, not just you, but anyone. Yeah, it does. There's a lot of pairs that contradict each other. How gold's looking good. Got 3 more minutes in the trading session, and then I've got to jump off or my wife is going to kill me. Thing is, US 30 really likes 34,000. $34,000 is kind of that golden area that it wants to be. Birthday money for the weekend. I love it. So I take it's your birthday, bro. Happy birthday. Oh yeah, Dwayne. I mean, I'm gonna have fun with it. However it turns out, like I said, whether they decide to pick it up or whether they decide not to pick it up, I'm going to have fun with it, and the Discord will be in it one way or another. Bro, you're very welcome. My son's in there having the time of his life today. It's gonna tap us. Now, guys, you can, if you want to, you can say, okay, I want to move this. Like, as long as you're protected, if you feel like maybe this zone right here, and I'm just gonna show you, if you feel like, say, this, like that wick right there that comes up, you've got that wick that touches it, that's where it's kind of staying. If you feel like that's a zone, as long as your entry is protected, like right now, that's protected by $6. So it doesn't matter if it's here, it doesn't matter if it's here, wherever you, I mean, you'll see some people, they'll put it like right on it like that. Wherever you feel comfortable putting this stop loss is what truly matters. I mean, what truly matters is just being in front of this position. Now, if you get a big push like that, the slippage that's going to happen between here and when it closes you out may be, 10 to 15 pips. But at $1, $15 isn't going to kill you. So you just have to kind of figure out like where you want this place. For me, I like to use, I mean, you can see right there, 6, 7 pip. Well, technically it's almost 8 pips. I like to use a 10 pip protection. I found that 10 pips is kind of the way to go. So, I mean, that's right there at that 10 pip protection. So if you're trading the 5 minute now, and let's say you wanted to take a trade, you've got the risk capital from where price currently is to here is $200. You could risk your equity to get in earlier instead of trying to get below this candle right here. Okay. So again, you see price going up. You can say, okay, let's delete this one, go up here, click sell. All right, you got the sell. And then you say, okay, I'm on the 5 minute chart. I'm willing to risk that. Boom, there it is. 10 pips up is 34.22. And you'd go up there like that. And then now that's your stop loss. You have this position protected. You have this trade active. And you're risking, so we made 5% of the account. All right, so let's say our 5% of the account was $1,000. Okay, remember, it's 2% risk. All right, so 2% of the $1,000 we just made, because we're playing with equity, is only going to be $20. There's no way you're going to hit that. Okay, so we're technically risking 10%, a little bit more. We're risking 20% of the equity we just made. So if we lose this trade and it hits us, we'll be knocked out. We'll lose this trade. That means we're only going to be at like 3.5%, which again, this is how I trade risk. So not ideal. I don't want to lose any money, but I want to show you guys in real time how I trade the markets in terms of how I use my equity that I have to take additional trades within that risk. So some people may say, oh, I'm going to go in at $5 a pip here, because I want to risk all of the equity I just won. You can do that, but by doing it this way, it keeps you within the ranges, again, of risk management. And that's what you have to have, is risk management when you're trading. If you don't have risk management, you're not getting anywhere in the trading space. I can promise you that. So that's where we're at, guys and gals, ladies and gentlemen. I have to get off, unfortunately. So this is where we're at. I'm not going to touch any of these positions. I'm going to leave them as is, and we'll just see what happens. I mean, gold's looking great. Where we're at now. So, I mean, we go over here and look, we're 20,932. So if we lost this trade, we'd be at like $20,732, which is still $732 with a $20,000 account. I'm okay with that. It's not bad at all. I'll take it all day. And even if you were like, you know what, I'm done, I want to get out. Well, obviously we could have done it then, but you were sitting at like $0 right here. So that's how you manage risk, guys. That's how you trade. Hope everyone has an amazing day, and that's what I got for now. We'll see y'all on Sunday night. I know that Andrew likes to go on Sunday nights and do markups. Cody likes to jump on and look at things. I'll probably jump on and join them too. So y'all have an amazing weekend. Stay safe, be good, have fun. Happy birthday to our dude, Mr. Bell. If you guys need anything, you can catch me on Instagram. For those of you who don't follow me, I am at Real Andy Peters. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications. Also on Instagram, be sure to follow Carbon Capital FX. Give them a follow. Please, please, please go to Carbon Capital FX's YouTube channel and turn on your notifications and like their channel, because that's where I'm going to be doing my one stream a week is on their channel. So if you do not have on notifications and you are not subscribed to their channel, guess what? You're going to miss that content. So you guys have a good one. We'll see you soon.